All right. So hello. My name is Mrs. Leota, Lorianne Leota. I'm the principal here at Pendleton Elementary School, and I'm here with our IB program coordinator, Esther No, and we are starting our IB parent information meeting. This is our second meeting in a series so that our parents are informed about IB PYP. Today's focus is going to be on sharing how IB PYP learner profile attributes can help develop international mindedness for our students. So during our last parent meeting on December 13th, we made the announcement that Pendleton Elementary has become a candidate school for the International Baccalaureate Primary Years Program. We also went over the topics of what is IB, what is the Primary Years Program, how does IB PYP benefit our students, and shared the plan to distribute IB PYP overview for parents, which was created in English, Spanish, and Korean. The last recording is available on our school website. So if you go under the academic section and click on International Baccalaureate PYP, you'll be able to see the video playback of that last session. So the aim of all IB programs, including our primary years program, is to develop internationally minded students who recognize their common humanity and shared guardianship of the planet and help to create a better and more peaceful world. So how do we do that? How do we develop international mindedness? As an IB PYP candidate school, Pendleton School plans to help students to develop international mindedness through implementing 10 learner profile attributes. And we're going to do this through the entire learning community space. But first, let's find out about our learner profile attributes and what they are. So we commit to developing our students to be inquirers and knowledgeable. Inquirers students will learn to inquire and research both independently and collaboratively with enthusiasm and maintain their love for learning. Knowledgeable, our students will explore a wide range of knowledge, acquire conceptual understanding, and engage with issues that have local and global significance.
We also commit to developing our students to be thinkers and communicators. Thinkers, students will use critical and creative thinking skills when analyzing complex problems, taking responsible actions, and making reasoned and ethical decisions. Communicators, students will develop to be effective communicators as they find creative ways to express themselves while respecting other perspectives and ideas.
Okay, so principled and open-minded. We commit to developing our students to be principled and open-minded. Principled students will develop a strong sense of justice as they act with integrity and honesty and respect other people's dignity and rights. Open-minded students will learn to appreciate both students' own cultures and personal histories and the values and traditions of others. They will learn to grow from the process of seeking and evaluating a range of different points of view.
Next two items are caring and risk takers. We commit to developing our students to be caring and risk takers. Students will learn to serve the community and make a positive differences in the world around us by learning to show empathy, compassion, and respect for others. Risk takers, when dealing with the challenges and change, students will learn to explore new ideas and innovative strategies to approach problems with a positive attitude and determination.
Balanced and reflective. So finally, we commit to developing our students to be balanced and reflective. Balanced students will understand how they are interdependent with other people and the world. They will also value the intellectual, physical, and emotional balance of life to achieve their well-being as well as others. And for reflective, students will support their learning and experience personal development by thoughtfully considering their own ideas and the world and understanding their strengths and weaknesses.
So these 10 attributes can help students to become responsible members of local, national, and global communities. The IB learner profile basically describes a broad range of human capacities and responsibilities that go beyond academic success.
So we are so excited to implement these attributes school-wide. Our school has begun to apply the IB's transdisciplinary curriculum framework that will aid in the development of our scholars' conceptual understanding, agency, and international mindedness. The transdisciplinary approach enables our scholars to build concepts and skills across all subject matters rather than studying their subjects in isolation. It allows for a holistic learning experience in which students apply what they've learned in a variety of contexts. Transdisciplinary learning requires that all staff are involved and collaborate. And so we're going through a very collaborative process as we work towards authorization. Staff share ideas for the purpose of integrating learning experiences, and this results in building meaningful and endured understanding for all of our scholars here at Pendleton. So this is the time for any questions that we may have. I know that not everybody that's here was able to attend our first meeting. So there may be some questions that you have just based on that alone. But we are available and here to answer any questions that you may have about the process and what we're going through to move forward in this direction. So you can feel free to unmute, or if you want to type something in the chat, you can do that as well. How will those attributes show up in the classroom? Can you give some examples? So if physically they'll show up in the classroom pretty quickly. So we have the learner profile attributes. We are going to begin the process of sharing them with our scholars. We're going to have icons available so that visually they can reference them around campus. We are a PBIS school, and so our PBIS matrix is being redone at the moment to include those learner profile attributes. So students will have an understanding that the expectations of behavior across campus align to the different learner profile attributes. And students will be able to reference this throughout their entire school day. IB is not isolated towards a small portion of the day. It's really going to be like an umbrella over everything we do. And so by the time our scholars leave here at the end of 5th grade, they will be very familiar with all of the learner profile attributes and probably can rattle them off just off the top of their head. Great question, though.
Yeah.
And I know we're putting you on the spot by asking you if you have any questions in the moment. So we're going to definitely stick around and give you the time to ask them, but also if you're like, this was a lot of information, Principal Leota, and I'm not really sure what to make of it, that's fine too. You can always reach out to us. The email addresses are there as well as the school office number. Another resource that's listed there is the IB website. It contains tons of information about IB and the PYP. And if you're a research kind of based person and really interested in diving deep, there's lots of fun for you to find there, but also understanding that it might feel like a lot. And that's okay too, because it's new for all of us and we can help break down some of that. So for communicator, how will languages be incorporated in the curriculum? So we will be offering a language option here that all of our scholars will go through. It isn't something that we have yet. We are still planning that, but it will be something that all of our scholars will take eventually. And by the time they leave here, they will have had a few years of that language because our scholars are coming in at different points. Our kindergartners that are going to be incoming kindergartners are going to have the luxury of kind of having that throughout their entire academic career here at Pendleton, whereas our scholars that are landing in different places that are rising 4th graders will only have it for a short period of time.
Great questions.
Oh, yes. And our apologies if you can hear the doors. We're here in the office, and so are all of the teachers still. They actually were working on their planning for their IB unit planners because we're really diving headfirst into the entire process. And so Thursday is when our scholars leave us a little bit early. Our teachers collaborate and plan, and that's what they were doing. So a lot of them are still here working, and so you might hear them kind of milling about in the background. Okay, so if anybody that's on here is done, feel free to go ahead and log off. If not, and you have more questions, please feel free to stay logged in. We're more than happy to stay logged in and answer. And then again, I know, like I said, it's a lot of information. So if you want to take time to process and have that think time, please feel free to call the office. While we might not always be available the second that you call, we will definitely call you back or send an email. Emails are easy in the sense that we have access to that at hours that we don't necessarily have access to the phone calls. But we really appreciate you joining us today. Again, this is a series, so we're going to continue to release more and more information. There's a lot of information to share, so we don't want to share it all at once and then walk away with headaches and not feel like you were able to absorb it all. So we want to chunk it and give you as much that we feel like is manageable portions at a time until, as a community, we're all really aware of IB PYP and can articulate that to any of our community members should they ask about our scholars that are here at Pendleton and what in the world this IB process is about.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye.